And there we go again. It's time for a new tournament. It's not JDL anymore. It is the Battle of Central Europe, like short BOCE. And OslikG is meeting TCN Sedinolas. That means we have the Russians versus the Romanians. And yes, we have a fruitful, very fruity, tutti frutti mix today from South America to North America, then over to the Germans versus the Belarusians, and before we had Singapore versus the Philippines, and now I think we are across all the world with these games, and it's gonna be even more colorful in the next games. Either way, this is a best of 3 series, so we have a potential outcome, of course, of a 2-0 or a 2-1. Let's see how it's gonna be. TCN so far on fire in the tournament. Like, this is still the winner bracket branch. They didn't lose a single game on the way, and let's see if OslikG can actually stop them. Right after, this is starting now obviously at 18 with a bit delay, and right after at 21 there is another best of 3 coming where the winner of this game will be joining. So we stay in the winner bracket and we bring it to you here on Hafla TV1. My name is Heflamog, obviously, and with me is Benji, my most beloved Brett.
Hey! As in, I will say this should be an awesome game coming up, especially as we've been covering TCN a lot on this channel, and well, they've been doing amazing stuff, and they basically walked right through my insanity yesterday. And
yeah, you casted it, right, with Kylie yesterday.
Yeah, it was like my insanity didn't join the server. They
yeah,
they did an amazing job, and well, OslikG Gaming, they're, you know, also a pretty good team. They've managed to get through to the same stage. They've beat some good teams themselves. They beat XND, one of the favourites, who are currently in the lower bracket, and then taking out Aftershock in the round of 2. Aftershock, a little less well known, but they did beat Goomba Gaming in round 1, which is a huge knockout in this tournament.
Yeah, I've been looking at the winners in the loser bracket right now. Like, I have to admit, I mean, I took the tournament obviously as a manager here and assigned the caster to it. Now, like, since say it. Oh, my title still says Power Rangers versus Goomba. I'm gonna change it in a second. But yeah, I was surprised how well Aftershock did. And like, OslikG Gaming, by the way, is also not an unknown team to me, because we casted them already in the last season of Starlatzer, the Pro Series, and they were also fighting very well for a spot into the Star Series. We're also gonna cover them most likely in somewhere in June in a tournament which name I can't even give away now, because it's still all secret and planning. But yeah, like, there will be also a lot of Russian teams fighting even against big ones, so there's some big games coming in, and OslikG also has a chance to participate there, because as far as I know they will also participate there. But either way, first of all, we should focus here. I mean, the Battle of Central Europe is a very promising tournament. It's also, like, if this is going well, like, it's coming back in the next season with more teams, like higher tier teams, and like, so far I actually like it. The organization is very, how can I say it, very straightforward. We can, like, adapt the schedule and everything, and so far also the games and the teams are very equal in skill and performance, and that's why I like it so far. But anyway, like, let's stop talking about organization, all that stuff. Let's talk about the draft. We have the IO Invoker being banned out by OslikG in the first rotation. On the other side we have Lycan Batrider. Nothing too surprising, I guess. Instead, well, I'd say the Wisp. The Wisp is kind of the surprise, because TCN, yes, they utilized the Wisp in the past a bit here and there, but it's not like their Fnatic Volume 2. So the Wisp is a very strange ban, at least when I look at TCN's usual draft. But in the second ban rotation they already go for the cores here on OslikG's side. Morph is out, the OD for the mid is gone, and TCN started to ban actually support, so the Shadow Shaman is coming out. When we look at the picks, well, Mirana Darkseer on the one side and Dream Protector Shadow Demon on the other side. What do you say about that?
Well, I will say that I did notice something in the sense of that the Mirana pick up, that first pick, did kind of force out that Shadow Demon pick on the TCN side. It doesn't really go that well with the Dream Protector, although the Brewmaster is a very good pickup here. Incredibly strong, especially with that Shadow Demon initiation, meaning the Brewmaster can start doing fights even before that a Blink Dagger does come out.
Yep, absolutely. What I like the most is that when you start with a Mirana pick and you don't want to bring the Shadow Demon into the bans, then you just pick him yourself. And I mean, he's so popular at the moment, and like, because of all that, like, Mirana versus Bane, Mirana versus Shadow Demon combination, like synergy between them, all this, like, sort of pick bickering, ban bickering all the time happening. I really like that the Shadow Demon actually found himself in a position where he's played with a lot of other heroes. And to be honest, what I learned in the last, I guess, 2 weeks, and especially in 6.81, is that he's synergizing so well and doing so well even without this old school arrow into like disruption soul catcher combination. He's just fine. The soul catcher is fine. The disruption defensively or offensively is always very useful, and there's a lot of combinations you can still play him with. Unfortunately, I don't know, there's not much to go for anymore. Like a stun follow-up after disruption, I would always like to see that, but Mirana is on the other side. Invoker with the Sunstrike follow-up is already out, so the Terrain Protector was picked by TCN, Shadow Demon as a second one, so I'm not quite sure if there's something coming out where we see like some nice roaming potential as well. But no, look at it, Slark. Slark is definitely a candidate for that. So Disruption Soul Catcher into a Pounce, for example, that might be a nice combination.
Yeah, what we're seeing right now is, apart from the Treant Protector, who's, just picked up for his ultimate and his life armor and his Leech Seed, and the fact that every single ability he got is pretty awesome. On the TCN side, we see we've got the Shadow Demon for the initial initiation, but then we've got the Brewmaster and the Slark with those hard-hit skills that are very good. Because that's basically why Shadow Demon works with the Mirana, and to some extent the Invoker. Because he makes it so that it's basically a 100% guaranteed hit with any hard-hit skill. Obviously, on the OslikG Gaming side, they have picked up the Rubik to kind of go with that Mirana. It's worth noting that Mirana's one of those heroes that, yes, there are a few really good combos, but at the same time, even if you don't get one of those combos, she's still an amazing hero. She basically combos with anyone with any kind of stun.
Yeah. What do you say about the Brewmaster pick? Like, because before you give your opinion, I give mine. I hate him. Like, I already grew to hate him, because I've seen him so often now in the TI, and now also the smaller teams starting to pick him up, and I'm like, inside me, I'm so happy. Like, there's like sort of mini party in my brain every time I see the Brewmaster banned, because it's such a hero. It's so messy sometimes with him and all these misses. Like, I mean, yeah, at the start it was always fun to like, oh, look, now 1 hit required. No, wait, 2 hits required. No, wait, 5 hits required. Now, oh, finally he got the last hit. It's hilarious. This hero, and not to mention his ultimate. But what do you think about it?
Basically, the mischance buff on him was absolutely huge. As in, Brewmaster has been repeatedly buffed over the last few patches, which is, why his other skills are so good at the moment. But the mischance buff is really what set him apart so far in the mid, because effectively you're guaranteed a miss now. That's the main change. It's no longer, it's no longer random, which means he's now more stable. He's no longer RNG Jesus mode. And his ultimate, yes, he does fall off in the late game, as in if you get to that 40-45 minute mark, he starts to fall off unless he's got a huge advantage. But before then, his ultimate basically says, no, you are not winning this team fight.
Yep, that's absolutely it. Like, I have really the impression that a Brewmaster, regardless of his farm, he's doing so well in the early and the mid game, especially if he gets a fast level 6. We saw many times how mids were really lost. Like, everything was looking good, but bam, he just dings level 6 and then he just goes for anything. And, well, in the team fights also, like 2 Cyclones coming out, 2 Bolotusses coming out, it's like a huge chunk of CC coming your way when you play against the Brewmaster, not to mention that you have to have like a solid counter itemization on your heroes. Like, if the Brewmaster is actually getting super tanky, then late game you are forced into MKBs, etc., or you have to bring him down with magical damage, etc. So it's a hero that like demands a lot of reaction of the enemy team, while other heroes, well, sure, they have certain, like, I don't know, certain aspects to the hero or to the combination they are played in, and of course you have to react to it, but the Brewmaster is like an entire army. You have to like adjust your draft to it, your items to it, your strategy to it, your laning to it, even your rotations are influenced by just a Brewmaster pick. So it's a hero with a great impact on the game. But okay, let's not get stuck with the Brewmaster. I just wanted to give my opinion out there. We have the last bans, obviously, like the Centaur finally getting out, as well as the Ancient Apparition, and on the other side we have an Ember Spirit picked. That's a one of those carries that were a bit popular in 6.8, but then they fell back, and now in 6.81 often completely ignored, sometimes banned, and even more rarely like picked. Now we actually have it. Even yesterday I had the honor of casting 2 Ember Spirits, and one of them with a double Battle Fury and double Daedalus. That was sick. That was just sick. Like, you didn't want to see that. Like, when you suddenly saw like a triple kill, one shot triple kill, that was insane, just with one slide of face. But either way, Timbersaw and Storm Spirit, the 5th picks here to round it up. What do you think about the drafts?
Well, I will say on TCN's side that Timbersaw pickup does interest me a lot, because Timbersaw is one of those heroes which he will never lose you a game, but he will never win you one either. He's one of those heroes which, if your team's doing great, he can coast along with you, get those kills, do that AoE damage, help you win those team fights, and get those ganks. But at the same time, he doesn't really have that turnaround potential a lot of other offlaners like a Scent or even a Magnus has.
Yep.
On the other hand, the Storm Spirit pickup is interesting, considering the fact that they did ban out the OD pretty early, which did allow that Storm Spirit to get picked up, but at the same time, they already have a mid, probably. Yeah. And they already have an offlaner, probably.
Yeah, the laning will definitely be interesting what they go for. It's like we have both spirits, like the Ember and the Storm, on the team, which is interesting. We rarely see them in this combination. I actually would have to look up the stats for that, how often like the spirits, so called, are together. Like, I really hope that like Earth Spirit will never make it into captains, because then having all 3 spirits, that would be horrible. But either way, the late game, well, it all depends a bit on the Ember Spirit. The Mirana sure can develop quite some right click, but then again, as I said, we have TCN with the Brewmaster ultimate into the mid game being super annoying all the time. We have quite some burst damage on the Timber. If he's getting tanky and a proper mana pool, then sooner or later a nice also Overgrowth initiation. I don't know. It's the Storm Spirit and the Ember Spirit, I think, who will carry this game through, and maybe Bignum, I don't know, can transition into proper right click. But as I said, the problem is he doesn't really have the chance to get those targets down. The Slark will be very mobile at some point, getting out. Shadow Dane's protecting him. The Brewmaster is hard to hit as such without magical damage. Like, you have to go into the MKB. So I think this draft is very well balanced, because both teams actually have a chance, and the circumstances will decide who's getting the win. But either way, we're gonna introduce the teams really fast. Starting here with the Dire side, since they're all 5-man up. We have Komi here playing on the Storm Spirit, Obi-Wan Banan. I love the name and I say it every time. Yes, I don't care, viewers. If you're tired of it, I really don't care. In this way, it's an awesome name. Obi-Wan Banan. It's, you know, it's just like Jim Beam on your tongue. It's like... Anyway, Judo on the docks here. Bignum flying the Mirana and Inquisitor. And I have to say it again. Obi-Wan Banan. It's awesome.
On the other side, we do have TCN, probably the favourites to take this matchup right now, as we do have the stand-in Crit with a 1 instead of an I, being picked up by Druid Protector, Lion on the Timbersaw. We've got Quicks, not a stand-in though, we've seen him play a lot with TCN right now. Being on that Slark, we've got Arise on the Brewmaster, obviously going mid, and Zizu, the last hero, the support Shadow Demon. Yeah. Now, I do want to note something about the lineup from OSG, in that simply just look at the amount of stuns that TCN have, or don't have, so to say, and now look at the escape that OSG has. We've got the Mirana Leap, we've got the Surge from Darkseer, we've got the ultimate from Storm Spirit, and we've got the Ember Spirit ultimate as well, the Remnants. The fact is that
they're very mobile, very squishy, very, as in, like, yeah, getting hold of them will be hard. I mean, there's at least the good thing, we have the pounce, so you can't really leap out and everything there, so that's one factor. And then, of course, with the Remnants of the Ember Spirit, if he plants them pretty much before, then you definitely need like a silence on him. Maybe we even gonna see like a Orchid pickup here by the Slark. It's one of those games, usually I'm not a fan of Orchid Slark, but in this game, to be honest, I mean, it would help on all 4 targets, because for the reason you just said, like Storm Spirit, the Ember Spirit, the Darkseer, as well as the Mirana, they all could need a silence directly in their face, so sad.
Yeah, it's worth noting that OSG, that Brewmaster ultimate is only good if the opposing team, you know, sticks around, and the amount of disengage that OslikG Gaming have right now is immense, as in they just have to wait until those ultimates get popped and then they run away. And it's also worth noting that on the OslikG Gaming side, they don't really have big ultimates of their own. They don't have those cooldowns having to wait until their heroes become popular and, you know, great to use.
Yep.
They could just go in at any moment, and as in, yes, the wall from Darkseer is good, but that's about the only real ultimate that's got a cooldown of 100 seconds.
Yep, it's I feel you there. I don't know. Like TCN has to really find a good solution for that, but I'm convinced they can. I mean, like the early game, there's a lot of potential there as well. Like for example, if I mean the Shadow Demon Zizu will, I guess, at some point rotate in. We have disruption into the Thunderclap of Brewmaster, which might end up in a very nice kill. We have a second slow here on crit, of course, and well, Leon. I guess Leon is very important in the late game to like really burst things down, also chase those heroes that are running away with Timber Chain. Of course, it requires a couple trees for it, but let's see. Anyway, we see a fast, very fast TP here by Zizu. He wants to get those wards before OslikG is coming in the enemy jungle here, and well, it is definitely gonna be a blocking ward, of course, and maybe even a ward behind the tower. What is it? So it is observer ward blocking the camp, and of course also giving vision here in the side, so they know what's up here, because this is gonna be a tri lane as it looks like at the moment. So we have a support Morana here on this role. That Bignum playing the support Morana, or is it? Yeah, Inquisitor. He's gonna be the farming one, and definitely looks interesting. So far nothing else is coming out, but the Blinks are already here saying, hey guys, something is probably, I don't know. There is another sentry ward here. Now sentry ward being placed, but it won't find anything. So this is 100 gold down the drain, and he has another try. Look at it, he has another sentry. Come on, find it.
but he can't actually take out both of these sentries and the
Yep.
observer ward, not without blocking the camp himself. If they place one exactly here, it would actually take both of them out, but that would actually be a pretty silly place to put that sentry board.
Yeah, it's really, that would be just for the sake of getting rid of the ward, of the observer ward, but you would block still your own camp. But now, Obi-Wan Banana is the one who's gonna find that rune. It's a haste rune, but let's see who picks it up and for what purpose. I mean, a haste rune is always good, of course. You get some additional right clicks in, and maybe you can utilize it very well, but I don't know, like in the mid, the Brewmaster, I doubt Arise will go down even with a haste rune, but top, sure, they will get some harassing. Zizu and Leon are the ones like going here in a dual lane. Okay, the dual lane concept is very interesting. I guess, well, the biggest problem for Slark is that like going close to those creeps will always end up in him losing a lot of HP. Iron Shell will be a nuisance. You already see it, like it's coming down. But Dark's here. Oh, crit, what you doing? Like this is a bit, it's a bit. Wow, you lose that battle against the Iron Shell.
Yeah, so I would say that right now the lanes are in favor of Oslik. I'd say the mid is going to be mostly equal. The Storm Spirit able to do a lot of harassment, but that mischance is going to help a lot on that Brewmaster. But on this top lane, this tri lane, we see that these two heroes just can't come anywhere near close because they do have that lift plus arrow combo. On the bottom lane, 2 melee against the Darkseer is not fun, although Darkseer is going to have to be a little bit careful.
Yep, he's pretty low, but like the pounce, if the pounce connects, I mean now the Treant is actually hitting, one more hit and he's running into the tower. The tower will probably give him a hit after, yeah, easy. So Treant Protector, crit here, getting the first blood. This is of course a very nice start because Treant Protector at the start is lacking a bit mana regen to give out like all the time living armors. But yeah, with this first blood should be easy. And they want to go again. Look, they just wrap around, and if the pounce hits, that might actually be very powerful. At the moment he doesn't search, and the pounce is actually connecting. There's the Dark Pack damage, and oh, the Treant Protector, I think he should have hit one more time. I can't believe it. He's actually living, and the Slark might be the one in trouble, but he's using Salve, and with the Salve they actually get it. But at the same time we had the Ember Spirit actually getting a kill on the Shadow Demon, so Zizu going down as well. But the Darkseer, I don't think he expected so much resistance on his lane here.
No, and I will say they are going to have to be a little bit careful as this Darkseer is actually going to pick up that level 2 finally. Going to get that surge. He's now going to be perfectly fine in the lane. It's getting that level 2 that's so difficult with Darkseer. As soon as you get that, you're basically safe.
Yep, absolutely. But to be honest, I think Crit made a very strange play there because he wanted to do two things at the same time, because the living armor he casted while they were diving under the tower, I think that took like a second away of his right click animation, and he wanted to save Zizou there in the top line. But talking about Zizou, there is now, yeah, there we have it, the disruption followed up by the Thunderclap. Now he's really slow. Of course, he's not level 6, so the courier might also be a target, but he was totally boxed in. Like, it's really good that he at least microed the courier away. That would have been like double disaster down and everything. But crit is coming in, no leech seed whatsoever, and the pounce doesn't connect. Like, that pounce, that needs to connect, otherwise they won't get a kill against the Surge.
Yeah, and I will say that that was a very nice gank there coming out. Good thing they didn't lose that courier, because it did actually have the Storm Spirit's bottle on it, and if, you know, losing your bottle that early on would be disastrous. That's basically a 2-minute delay for possibly one of the most important early game items for this hero.
Yeah, absolutely. I had that today, and you instantly feel the impact when something like that happens. Like, worse is even, we actually have a go on the Timbersaw, and the arrow connects. So now it's just a matter of right clicks, but oh my god, there's so much damage. A super short Timber Chain won't help him. So second kill for Inquisitor. He has an amazing start, and look at his gold, 1,700. Didn't buy anything. He pretty much got the entire set of his consumables. Still, hashtag Midas Gaming incoming. I don't know. Might be possible, but I think also unnecessary.
Yeah, I will say that would.
Yeah, face boots it is. Instant face boots.
Yeah, but I will say on that team, on this team, I would definitely prefer them not to try to go super late, as well. Waiting till that mid game can be dangerous.
Oh, there's a go in the mid. Komi is still really low, but he's getting so much burst damage. There is an arrow connecting, but you don't need to dodge. The Brewmaster doesn't really care, and the burn of the fire elemental should actually take it down. So Komi going down. This is exactly the combination I was talking about. Now it's all about the escape. Do they get something? There's the stun, but not enough mana for the Thunderclap. Actually, Thunderclap, it would have been amazing on the Mirana, but Mirana leaps out now. Is there a Thunderclap coming? He has the mana right now. But yeah, he's going back, so he's getting away with murder here.
And it's just the issue that Moran just didn't have the mana at that point for the arrow. She is going to be able to clarity herself up, but at the same time,
that Timbersaw again, absolute in trouble. Like, those face boots making really the difference. But he's level 5, and he's getting, of course, some damage from the tower. But yeah, Timbersaw absolutely underestimating the damage of like an Ember, who has 2 points in the Flame Guard, 2 points in the Flames. So with the sudden right click of the face boots coming into the equation, he totally underestimated that. Like, he had still the Ember in mind that was hitting for, just a bit and not scary at all. But suddenly he comes back with the face boots, and that made such a difference.
As you see now, there is a possible gank coming in from Brewmaster. He has got his ultimate down and not a lot of mana, so if there is a time to do it, it is basically now.
Yep, absolutely. I guess Arrow has to find the target here. Sorry, my voice is soon down. But yeah, they cancel that. The idea is pretty much thrown off the balcony here, because they think the Ember might be a better target, and I can actually agree, because I mean, the combination of telekinesis into an arrow, then into the chains, it should be absolutely viable. But the Arise here in the mid going video again, like, super aggressive against Komi. He is just level 5. Like, I mean, just one creep away from level 6. He could easily sub out, and now he actually gets it. So from now on, the Brewmaster won't have such an easy time. But crit, this is a bad thing to do. You have the sub of Komi there, and yeah, he's trying to protect himself with a living armor, but this won't be enough. There's a lot of magical burst. He's buying some time at least. Actually, the Rubik might be in trouble here, but no, Brewmaster not rotating fast enough, and this was a bit too greedy. I mean, Train Protector racing with the Rubik and the Storm Spirit, who just think level 7 for a rune, something you shouldn't do.
Yeah, that was very aggressive by Crit.
Look at it there, the chains. That's the easiest arrow of his life, directly after the Timber Chain. So now it's just about formalities, getting the right clicks in.
As with that kill, we do actually see the Ember Spirit will take the lead in terms of highest farmer in the game, and well, that's not something you want to see on the Ember Spirit if you're on the opposing team. If you're on TCN side, in fact, TCN right now are 3 and 5 down in terms of kills due to the 4 kills this Ember Spirit has already picked up. The Brewmaster's had an awesome game, but Ember Spirit's had an even better one thanks to that Mirana plus Rubik combo.
Yep, and he goes like for a drums build. I'm not a big fan of it right now, because I think if Ember has the opportunity to go super fast damage, class cannon damage, then he should do it, because the surprise effect on it is just crazy. But he wants the drums, and he wants to be mobile and everything. Now he TP's back, Remnant is on the lane. The Timber, he can't really do anything. If he goes close there, he will just Remnant and he will get the initial damage there. Ah, he's back to lane. There we go. But yeah, he decides to get the drums and the face boots. The next thing is probably gonna be either the Crystallize or, of course, the Battle Fury. I'd prefer a Battle Fury here in this fight because TCN, they have a team that actually might be clumpy in the fight. So it might be really a clash fight. Like, while OslikG, we already said in the draft, they have a team that has, like, how can I say it? Yeah, you said it already. Like, all of them have, like, really nice escapability. And therefore, yeah, they will all be spread, so not really needed there.
As we do see right now that, just have a quick look at these two different offlaners. We've got the Timbersaw, he's currently only level 4, got 985 net worth right now. While on the opposite side, we've got the Darkseer, who's got the advantage. He can now go and start farming. As soon as that Slark and starts becoming an issue, 1 versus 1, he could just simply abandon the lane and get farm in the jungle and get that fast Midas.
Yep, I absolutely love it. Like, he actually chose to pick the wall as well. Sometimes we actually see Darkseer is completely skipping that. There was an arrow top, and now actually, I think the Ember, yep, the Ember really wants that tower. Now there's a deny up, but actually, oh, the living armor is even denying the deny. That's the funny part. But now Leon wants to go for more, but there should be a search, but he cast the search on himself. Now he's actually blocking his own teammate. This is, I think, not as planned. There's another Whirling Death, but now he's out of mana and everything. Another Timber Chain. Oh, he doesn't get it in, but the Brewmaster is there to save the day. But did we see another kill there on the Mirana? Who killed the Mirana? That was the Brewmaster as well before. But, wow, that was definitely interesting. Like, I don't know what Judo did there. Because he came in and I think that Surge was supposed to be for the Ember. And in the end he had the Surge and ended up in front of his teammate and blocking him. So
yeah, so a little bit of an execution error there coming out from Darkseer. And at the same time, though, it was a 2 for 2. I'd say in favour of TCN, though, as all of that lovely killing spree gold went towards that Brewmaster, who's currently now the top farmer himself.
Mega kill even. That was a mega kill. 647 gold for the Brewmaster there. That's quite something.
With that lovely blink dagger in hand, and well, now things are going to start getting interesting. He's going to have that initiation power.
Arise here with the blink dagger. I mean, he still has the problem that, like, Komi, like, he can zap away. That's definitely, that's out of the question. Initiating on him, that requires a lot more. For that you need a silence, or he needs to be out of mana. But like, if he finds another target, I mean, Obi-Wan Banan would be kind of dead, like Inquisitor without Remnant. But yeah, it's OslikG. They play heroes that are like so elusive, like just, I don't know, slippery as hell. But in the meantime, we see actually the living armor taking care of that top tower, but it's not full level yet. It is level 2 actually. He went for it 2 points into Leech Seed. I don't know, of course that's a very slow healing, but let's see if the Brewmaster can actually keep that tower up and alive. In the meantime, we have Crit and Quicks here, still on the offline. The Slark, by the way, farming quite decently, but compared to the fact that he has actually free farm, or almost free farm, he's pretty low in CS. I mean, not in CS, in net worth.
Yeah, it's worth noting that right now the experience, 11 minutes of the game, is dead even. I think there's like 20 in favour of TCN. While the gold is actually in favour of OslikG right now, 1.5k in favour of...
Oh, and there you go. The arrow does not connect as the new creep wave actually comes in, and then think there they have to abort. But Arise is still coming in saying hello, like giving him a right click, maybe some casual crit. Yeah, making the Ember think twice about what he's planning to do. His Flame God is also running out pretty much soon, so he has to be careful.
It is worth noting right now that the Ember Spirit, he can always get out of fights, and it makes the initiation by Brewmaster a little less useful, unless he basically jumps in. Well, I don't actually think there's a way they can lock him down.
Yep. I don't know, it's like, there was a lag, now everybody is G again, so let's see. But it's, I don't know, it's something with Volvo today, because like also the Z teams, like they paused twice. We also had, I think, Power Rangers Guma, did we have a pause there? I think I didn't have a single game without lag pause today, so I don't know if it's the internet individually or something. But what I know is like we have Moonlight Shadow up, I don't know for what reason exactly, but like on top of that invisibility, Warm, why did I just say Warm? Storm is picking up invisibility rune. Warm, how, wow, never mind.
And, well, that is something he's going to need, as he is trying to go towards, it looks like possibly an Orchid, but at the same time, it's nowhere near that item.
He also goes for PT drums build. Actually, I think he used the drums right now to get maybe the Ember, but Ember has, well, he has a Remnant available, but no mana to use it, so that's very interesting. In the mid, well, nothing's really happening at the moment. We are like 12 minutes in, almost 13 minutes in. The towers are getting healed up, so the tree is full-time busy because actually all 3 towers taking quite some damage. He has now Arcane Boots. What is he actually healing? Oh, it's the mid tower for now, yeah. So he goes with the towers where he sees or predicts the most heroes around, and well, let's see. We have, well, look at the experience graph. It's pretty much plus minus null. Like, there is not much difference. In gold, well, there's OslikG still holding themselves, of course, in a nice spot. Of course, they have 1 kill lead, and I don't know, like, they also had like all those multiple kills. It's, yeah, of course they have a small advantage, but still, this can turn around with just 1 decent fight.
I will say that the main advantage is rather just simply that Timbersaw compared to the Darkseer, and the Timbersaw is not a hero you want to let get behind, as he's not that great if he's not out-leveling his opponents, which is why you generally put him in the off-lane to get those fast levels.
Yep, and now we actually have the Ember putting a lot of pressure on this tower, and Arise, I don't know if he wants to go in there, because the problem is the Mirana is somewhere standing behind, and she's ready. She's absolutely ready to go for it, but there's the living armor they keep the towers alive, and I think they need a rotation though. But talking about rotation, we have a smoke rotation here. Obi-Wan Banan, there's a disruption. Leech Seed will follow up as well as the pounce. Yeah, that's a lot of damage coming his way, and he's down instantly. Like the illusions will just hit a bit the Darkseer casually. Oh, but look at this Remnant. Is there chains? Sisu, you're so dead. Oh my goodness. Poor guy. He was really like a split second away from TPing out, but then again, it buys time for the Train Protector to heal up the towers, which is also, I guess, a good thing. But Leon, oh, he's getting open on. There's the Vortex, there's the Arrow. Arrow will be off target. And the Chakram doing so much damage, and there comes Arise. Arise doing so much damage, but the Moonlight Shadow at the moment protecting him. The Slark is coming in, but the Darkpack damage not in range. Like, Komi is still getting some nice burn damage and everything. There's 2 Dark Shells coming out. Let's see if they turn it around. Oh my god, now they had some sort of vision on Darkseer. Now also Moonlight Shadow should be fading. They're visible again, but like, they pretty much depleted everything they got. Or actually, did they? Komi with another Vortex, but nah, not enough damage. Not even with the Iron Shell. Or maybe with the Telekinesis, but Obi-Wan Banan not in the right position, at least not in the right time.
Yeah, we do see right now that that's really the advantage of the OslikG team, that we saw Brewmaster, he popped his ultimate and everyone ran away, which means now there's a 70-second period where OslikG can go push, they can go take these team fights, they can go aggressive, and there's no chance of that Brewmaster being as super effective as that Brewmaster usually is.
Yeah, and what Komi does here, by the way, it's so dangerous. Like, if you go on our YouTube, we have so many like plays and fails video. We have extra like playlist for it, and he's also doing the item swapping, but he's doing it in range of like blink daggers for the enemy. And now Arise. Okay, that's interesting. Inquisitor. No, he was just faking going for the chains. Actually, he could have left the chains there, but he's TPing bottom. Oh, there's a rainbow of rotations coming in, and now who's getting the surge? Yes, it is Inquisitor and Sisu. He's there just to disrupt, but with the Remnant, maybe it might be enough. They're guessing to the right. The arrow scouting. Oh! This is a 5-second arrow directly in his face. Do they follow up? He has the Shadow Dance, but yeah, oh, he's going for the pounce directly, and there's only 1 Remnant left for Inquisitor, and he can't use it. He's going down before, and now oh, they are on the run. Big Gnome has to leave, and there is a surge. Maybe Leon slowing them with the Chakram. There is the Drunken. Like, there's some alcohol in their face, but they're not getting really slower. So, yeah. Actually, this is actually hilarious, you know, Drunken Haze, like throwing some booze in the enemy's face to make them slower.
Well, it would slow me down, but
no, it would be not
in many ways.
Not run away in a straight line, I guess, but it's hard to program this, I guess, and do that too. Could you just imagine you throw, I don't know, a barrel of rum or something at your enemy and they actually can't walk in a straight line anymore?
That would actually be an interesting mechanic, in fact.
Yeah, like Ice Rock, please call me. Like, I just found something amazingly new.
Although, to be fair, it would have the issue of probably making it slightly too random of a hero. It has to be something a little bit like a Ogre Magi, where it's not a viable competitive hero, but at the same time, a bit of fun.
Yeah. Hey, Ogre Magi is awesome. Like, don't say anything against it. But, like, back to the game. We actually have, again, Inquisitor working on the tower. And the Timber is going alone in there. But the Chakram is already up. And now, Chains didn't hit the arrow again. Just into the creeps. There's even more rotation. As well as, of course, the Living Armor taking care of the tower. So, TCN, they are holding on to that tower. As they say, like, hey, guys, we are not giving you the tower goal. And that's what keeps them pretty much in business at the moment. Because one Tier 1 tower is down. The gold is at the moment ±0, but then again TCN has achieved this by, you know, just having one tower advantage. But, oh, there's the Blink Dagger on the Slug, and they actually got in already, and the Rubik instantly going down. Now Komi, he has to step out with a huge use of his mana, but, oh, more rotations here top. Arise is there. Judo, there is the wall directly on top of it, so he's getting the guaranteed kill on the Shadow Demon whenever he's released. So I think this tower eventually is gonna fall. Yeah, but this is so mean, you know, like, how can I say it? That's why I'm also waiting for Teshi's, for example. Anything that has like effect after you come back from the disruption, like putting a remnant up on it directly, or a mine. In this case it was a wall. I mean, this level 1 wall was just supposed to kill the Shadow Demon after he comes back from his disruption. It's really mean. As
we actually see the fortification is going to get popped for the first time in the game, finally.
Yep.
On the TCN side.
I mean, there's Cardi the Catapult still hitting the tower, but the tower doesn't really care. He's protected by Living Armor. So the healing is still coming. No tower down. Komi in the mid now doing some damage. There is only crit to defend it, but now he's taking at least the creep wave off. Actually, is he? But may there be something? Oh, there is the pound. So Komi, yeah, he has to use again a huge leap. And to be honest, you should keep doing that. Like, I mean, you know, going for harassing Komi. So he's forced to use his mana pool, because there's nothing worse than a Storm who has like all his mana pretty much. So he can come for all those long sips and deplete his entire mana pool, but still ending up to catch you. And now look at this. That's why I always love Rubik. Just stole the Living Armor. So they also start to heal up their towers. But then again, there's the creep wave coming in, as well as 3 heroes. So far, no rotation from OslikG in sight.
They don't have fortification either, but the TPs are going to start coming in. Just going to the Storm Spirit on his own to scare them off.
And this might actually be dangerous. I mean, now they're coming one by one. Judo is there, Obi-Wan Banan is there, and Komi could land a nice initiation. At least maybe force out the Brewmaster ultimate. That would be definitely interesting. And in the meantime, OslikG, they go for split push. Now, another goal here on this tower, but this time Chakram, the arrow is not even close to connecting, but I think it might be tower though. Or, I mean, those rotations, I think they're too slow. Or are they? No. They really do everything to protect the tower. I love TCN's strategy here. Like, really, it's everything. Go for the towers. The problem is OslikG is very, very fast. Like, they commit 2 people each tower, and when you rotate top, they go mid tower, like Komi right now, for example. But Brewmaster just found a double damage, so Komi, he will be pushed out of that lane as well. So there, oh, look at it. Oh, man, this right click, he just lost with the Thunderclap plus the right click crit about, what, 50% of his HP?
I just want you to notice here for a few moments, look at the skill that Rubik has stolen.
What? Yeah, Living Armor, I just said that, so they start to heal. Yeah, I said it before, like, this is always, I love to see that, because they heal up their own towers now as well. So you have, I don't know, those towers, they will stand forever, pretty much.
40-minute no towers down?
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, I mean, they already started. 1 tier 1 is down, but they could leave those other tier 1s still. The only problem is Rubik, he will lose that spell quite soon. But then again, I mean, Tree and Protector, he's the one casting that spell the most. So, yeah. By the way, we have an Orchid coming out by the Storm.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty huge item right there. That means they can now start initiating on this Brewmaster, removing his ability to use that ultimate. They are going to be trying to push down this middle tower. Middle taking a lot of damage again.
There is a cliff, so they can actually bait it out, but like, yeah, Komi already has to go back. He wants to pick up a rune, or no, I think he just wants to split push. They're buying time with the cliff, but at the end, this is a tower trade. Yeah, this really looks like a tower trade. There's no cliff whatsoever, so Inquisitor will get this tower for sure. And Dream Protector is the one who gets the other last hit. But now, all rainbow rotations here, but there's an arrow directly in Leon's face. Do they go for more? There is the slow on Bignum. He actually used the leap already. They could chase him under the tower. That might be interesting. There is 5 seconds till the dagger. And now, Moonlight Shadow is being used. He's once more slowed, but is there any dust? I mean, now he's definitely hit, but where's the sentry? Oh, he's running away from the sentry, but the pounce directly on top of it, and oh, I got all this burst. Like, when is Moonlight Shadow fading? Moonlight Shadow is fading right now. So, oh my god, they got you. They got you. Like, really nice by TCN, just guessing where the enemy is and everything. But the problem is, they just traded a tier 1 tower for this. I mean, they could go for the tier 1 tower now, there's no cliff. But then they might have to trade a tier 2 for it. So, OslikG, I like how they trade. I really like how they trade.
Yeah, if we do see the tier 2 tower is taking a lot of damage, and right now, well, it is going to be a 1-for-1 trade at the very least, if they can get the tier 2 down fast enough, and it is just being burst down. The right-click damage is slightly too strong coming out from Storm Spirit, quickly removing that to living armor.
Yep, this is not really worth it. Like, the pushing power of TCN is so much slower, so at the moment they traded, in their tower protective strategy, they traded a tier 2 tower for a tier 1 tower, and that all just a bit seasoned with a Mirana kill. Not the best thing to do, I think.
As we do see right now, the OslikG does continue to keep their gold lead after picking up that tower advantage. And it's worth noting TCN did equal it out for a little bit around about the 18-minute-ish mark. But about 4 minutes to go, they just keep losing advantage. As we're just seeing a pretty good farm coming out from Storm Spirit and Ember Spirit.
Yep, absolutely, and we just talked about protecting towers. I mean, the mythic glyph has been used, but Inquisitor, I know he wants to. I know he wants to, but there's the Chakram, at least taking care of the creep wave. The problem is the Timber. Oh my god, there is the Blink Dagger directly into Inquisitor, so the pounce was there, but he still has 2 remnants he can easily go for. But there, oh, on Obi-Wan Banan, he's so dead. That was the Demonic Purge as well as the Thunderclap, just, yeah, obliterating him. But I don't think OslikG cares too much, because they're still doing fine. The farm is fine on all the heroes. They get eventually the towers, even with this living armor nightmare pretty much on the other side, and all the rotations by TCN. But in the end, they split push enough to like make this not work anymore. Now they are looking at the tier 2. The Rurik will respawn pretty fast, but Komi is still split pushing. So if they go for a, oh my god, the Inquisitor here, like getting a lot of damage, but Remnant out. So I think TCN has to go back here pretty much soon, because like look at their HP.
Which again is the issue with their lack of stuns, that they've just got only the Rubik they can really go onto, and
yep.
The Rubik
and they want to go more. They actually get Leon here, but wow, that's the best timer of a mech ever seen. They try to get the wall up, but there's no vacuum. There's just a vacuum missing, and now the Panda ultimate and taking care of Judo. So far it didn't work, and he's leaping out. So the first candidate to die again was the Rubik, but the Daxia following up, that was unexpected. Like, Komi came in, well, he has all the mana in the world, so he can just go out. But Inquisitor finding actually someone, at least getting the kill, and now the Slark is in trouble. The pounds all over the map, but yeah, it's not enough. Oh my god, he's blinking out directly after the Remnant. And Greed is bad, because for this one you pay, but the funny part is he gets like a casual kill there on the Timber, and Komi in the background, he's getting Slark's dominating streak. So Komi, yep, he's gonna say thank you for 576 gold.
And I'm not quite sure who actually got the better one there. I say there was more kills coming out on TCN, but they did lose that Slark to that, you know, to the Storm Spirit, which is actually pretty huge considering the lead that Slark was getting in terms of kills.
Yep, absolutely. And, well, I mean, this was a 15-13 standing right now. I think before it was directly even. We have to look at the graphs again, how it's looking. Well, XP, it's still just a roller coaster up and down, and everything is just as near to the flat line as it could be. And, well, gold-wise, OslikG, they're still leading and everything, but well, of course, with the towers they got, and now also with the dominating streaks they take away from the TCN guys, it's, well, it's a very close game. We are 26 minutes, and to be honest, if you ask me who wins, I have no idea who. Zizou definitely has to go back now. He's absolutely depleted every single point of his mana pool. But Arise would be here, and to be honest, Arise is, now that the Orchid is on the pitch, we already said it, is now quite in danger. Like, if Komi gets a nice initiation on him, and something is following up, like Inquisitor's burst damage with Remnants and whatnot, then this might actually work out very well. And what I also like is,
and I will note though that there is a way for them to counter that Orchid with that defensive disruption use on the TCN side.
Yeah, of course, but it takes it. The problem is, I mean, it takes the Brewmaster out so long out of the game I mean, sure, he's coming back with 2 illusion of himself there, and right after he can go into Thunderclap and Ultimate. But I mean, if you really have an all-out fight, all you want is your Brewmaster going in, Thunderclap on as many people as you can, maybe 1, 2 right clicks, going into the Ultimate, and there, oh, the Orchid of the Slark directly on Comey. So Orchid Raise is won by him, and the rest is just TPing out. They say like, oh god, that was not really good. And do we have a gem? Yes, we have a gem on Sisu, so they're really starting to de-ward. Do they find this ward? Yes, there's another ward. So 100 gold to Sisu. He's gonna say thank you. I just spent so much gold buying that gem. At least I get like a 9th of it back.
Yeah, as in the gem, it can be pretty good even if you're not trying to counter Mirana. In the later game, just take away all those weird wards, all those wards that take so much money to start counter-warding yourself. If you can keep hold of it, if you can make sure you don't lose it, it can be a very nice investment.
Yep, absolutely. It's definitely nice. And I don't know what the viewers with the score and everything say, but oh wait, oh, we have a nice go here on Inquisitor, but oh my god, Quicks, you should be really faster with your Orchid. That Orchid was really needed. Like, he got the pounce on him, playing pounce, but for some reason the Orchid, he didn't manage to. Or did he do it on the creep or something? I don't know, it was not used. But yeah, with the Orchid that would have been possibly a nice kill. But anyway, back to the topic, like, there's viewers just saying, can you update score, update score. I have no idea what you actually mean. It is 16-13, 0-0 in a best of 3, so there is no score to actually update. So I have no idea what you're asking for. It's a best of 3, this is game number 1. I can update as soon as there is some sort of result. So yeah, but top. Oh, we have actually a go on Inquisitor. This time there is the Orchid up and it works. And even though Arise gets a long arrow stun, easy kill there for the Shadow Demon this time. You know, he's gonna be happy. Like, since he has the gem, he is getting also the last hit lock.
Yeah, it's actually pretty huge picking up that Ember Spirit. That Ember Spirit, he's already picked up the Battle Fury, looking towards that second one. But it is worth noting now the top 2 highest farmers are that Brewmaster and Slark. We do see the team fight coming in. The arrow is going to be good, but the Brewmaster doesn't care.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rubik is the one who's still dying. I mean, yep, Sisu caught the arrow. If it was on Arise, maybe a different story. But yep, this way they have all it takes to get the tower down. Inquisitor is the one who stops pushing with the Sleight of Fist. I mean, by now he's really high level. He's level 14, so the Sleight of Fist is maxed. He has the Battle Fury, the first run done, and a broadsword on top of it. So he's gonna hit really hard with that. With the Sleight of Fist very soon. But the problem, of course, is if he gets caught out before, which might actually happen again if you look at top. Unfortunately, Slark is heading back towards mid. I think he's planning on defending this or something. But if he was top for Inquisitor, this would have been pretty much like a really nice one for him. Is there Drunken Haze on him? No, he doesn't spam it. But yeah, they need the Slark to get the Inquisitor kill. It's too bad that they split up.
Now, it is worth noting right now that just because of that gem, just look how little vision they have. And this Ember Spirit is just going to go down because of that silence. Yes. Instantly getting bursted.
Easy going. And the ultimate is still rolling. That means they have to disable needed on Comey. So there's a defensive disruption. And oh, there's a wall. The wall actually hurts quite a lot. But still, now they can go for it. Bignum is the next target. And he has no leap whatsoever. The Slark is getting telekinesis. But he doesn't really care. And now against Comey, Comey has to go out. But silenced. You can't do anything when you're silenced. And now the Overgrowth holding them in place. Even Sisu is taking up the Shadow Poison. So Bignum dying before he can do anything on the Slark. And this is almost a team wipe. The only one who makes it out is Judo. Wow, nice fighting here by TCN. Who has the Mac? The Mac, oh well, 15 seconds and no mana. I think... Oh, they still have time. I mean, it's really only Judo, so they can heal up with Urn and everything they have. So it's also nice, by the way, for the Timbersaw, because he got his Bloodstone and he wasn't really the luckiest farmer on the planet, like especially here in this game. And now with these nice fights, he finally gets some charges, so he can finally start spamming Chakram, etc.
I'm going to say that the 2 items that have really turned these fights around for TCN have rather simply been the gem and that Orchid on that Slark. Both of them, the gem removing that map control from Oslik, removing their ability to gank, removing the ability to see ganks, and also that Orchid effectively, you know, countering the fact that they picked a lineup with very little stuns, very little lockdown. But in this team, you know, with the amount of slows they have, a silence is basically lockdown.
Yep. I mean, buying an early gem, as we saw it. I mean, that gem was like what, bought like 8, 9, 10 minutes ago. It's already that long. Like having an early gem is always a risk, of course, because you might feed it away, especially on Sisu. Because I mean, there's nothing coming to Sisu. Like of course, like these strength PTs and the Ghost Scepter, they just came after the last fights. When he bought the gem, he had like what, 900 HP or so, something that is easy going for Inquisitor or Komi. That's like a side snack. But talking about snacks, he's trying to snack the Train Protector, and he's not protected by his stuff. But oh my goodness, there is the Overgrowth used defensive disruption as well. And now Komi is trying to get something, but yeah, with a TP out. Wow, I never saw the Train Protector living there. That was absolutely surprised. I mean, he used everything. The mech was used, as well as the living armor, as well as the Overgrowth. And in the end, Komi a lot for this, like very much. But now Arise is still farming. What is Arise going next for? A plate mail is there? Is this? What is this? You think AC? Shivas?
I'm probably going to guess an AC. Just get all that armor even lower, make it so that all the physical damage they're doing is even greater.
Who cares about AC? Look what he just got. Scythe-wise.
He just simply brought up a casual Scythe of Vice.
Yeah,
call
like
it casual.
It's an item you pick up. It's like a tango, you know. It's easy. But no, I actually like it. Like besides me just joking around, of course. Like Brewmaster, him initiating with a Hex, the Slug initiating with the Orchid. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if you don't pick Dooms, for example, against the Spirits, then you build the items accordingly. And TCN, I like the itemization. It's just amazing. It's really the right thing to do. You get Komi down, you get Inquisitor down. None of them have BKB. Actually, no, the Storm Spirit has now the BKB, twice used already. But still, if you go for fast initiation, you can still bait it out before you can do anything. And he also has to sip away, depleting his mana, etc., etc. And Inquisitor is still very vulnerable to every sort of silence whatsoever. There is actually... Oh, he skipped everything else and went for a Lincoln. So OslikG, they start to react with the items. So they saw what TCN did, and they say like, hey guys, they're countering us really heavy by items. Let's go for something to prevent that. So Storm, the answer is the BKB, and the Lincoln Sphere on Inquisitor is the other answer. I don't think it's not enough.
Yeah, I'm going to say that. I will say there's plenty of ways for TCN to pop that. Yes, there are a lot of skills that are single target. Most of them they do want to use, but at the same time, the Ember Spirit along with the Storm Spirit are the two most crucial heroes to pick off. If they blow everything on those two heroes to pick them off, it doesn't matter, because the rest of OslikG, you've got a Darkseid who might be able to do something, and a Mirana who's gone support.
Yep, absolutely. But either way, it's 22-13, and I think their next project is pretty much the tower, tier 2 tower. And let's see the crafts. 7,500 XP at the moment for TCN. Everything pretty much turned around, and the gold, well, it's still a bit full from back, but TCN finally settled on their half of the crafts. And yep, it's about 5,000. It will be a bit more now after the tower is going down, and I think they should use even the double damage from now on quick here. They can put a lot of damage into the tower. There's an arrow, and the arrow actually hitting for quite some duration, at least on the timber. But let's see. I mean, now the sleight of fist spam comes in. Hey, that's a hard word actually. Sleight of fist spam. Now we got it. So this will start now, and yep, that makes it of course harder. And Komi is coming in, but he's get instantly hacks. But now let's see, through the wall, the Darkseid is actually going down, and Komi still fighting. Now they focus on Big Gnome. Big Gnome down already. Komi's BKB will fade soon, and this brings him of course in trouble. He still has some mana to escape. Inquisitor trying to hold back, trying to work with Sleight of Fist. Now Obi-Wan Banan growing some balls and going deep in, and now there's a defensive disruption. Is there? Sisu staying alive for now at least, and Arise is in trouble. He has to run, but the Hex is soon ready again, as well as the Plank. They could go on Judo. Oh my god, the Pound's actually missing here on the Darkseid. So Storm Spirit buying back, and it's just, yeah, well, he's buying back, he's dying back. This is horrible. Like, he really tried to make the plays there, but in the end, he's really... No, this didn't work out. Like, I'm lacking words for this. Such a dieback. That means if they want to, they can stay around and do some damage on that tier 3.
I'd say that dieback is probably mean they're going to be guaranteed tier 3 because, well, diebacking is huge, especially only 36 minutes in the game. That means he's going to be down for an entire minute. The fortification doesn't get popped. The vacuum is good, and they may be able to put a few kills here. but the defensive disruption is going to come out.
There's two chakrams flying across the corpse of Arise now, and Arise was godlike, so now they have to turn. Yeah, they're back to this base, to this project. Inquisitor, well, he's trying to look for something, but the chains are not latching. He has one more remnant to get Sisu a kill here. He's trying to TP out. Oh, he's not gonna make it. That's also a dominating streak on him alone, and Quick's trying to do something. Well, he can pounce away and Dark Pact as well as Shadow Dance, but now he's stunned as well. There's this short chakra. They're trying to do something. Another pounce will be ready. Does he get it? There's no chains whatsoever. Now Blink Dagger, and he's out. Yep. Wow, Slark. It's just so fishy. Getting him is so hard at this point, especially when he has so many stats items.
They did manage to pick up those 2 kills though, the Brewmaster and the Shadow Demon, 2 very strong heroes, losing that Gem of Sight, and that means that they can now start counterwarding themselves, and, well, again, a free gem is always good, and for all the dying that Storm Spirit did jumping in without the rest of his team, it did kind of help in the sense of it gave TCN a little bit of false confidence. Yes, they could have pushed, but I feel that they pushed in a little bit too aggressively. As we do see right now that Darkseer is going to be continuing farming up. Looks like he wants to go for possibly an Aghanim's. He's got that point boost in hand. Brewmaster's going to pick up a nice kill onto Ember Spirit. Just nuking him down. That's absolutely huge. 65 seconds, Brewmaster's down. Does he have a buyback? No, he doesn't. 1,000 gold away from that.
Yep, absolutely. Like, looking at the buybacks at the moment, sorry, I was just absent, just writing something. We have actually only 2 buybacks on the entire pitch, and it's gonna be the Brewmaster as well as the Slark. So instead of going high crown, they say like, hey, we have Roshan, and why not? I mean, we're at the Radiant side. We should actually not get Roshan. Like, when the Radiant side gets Roshan, it's always a bad sign. Then your game is not going as it should, I guess. And I mean, 27-15 is already an indicator for it. I already showed the crafts, and now Roshan, like armored with the Aegis, going high crown. That is of course another option. But let's see, OslikG, they're not moving at all. They're not interested in contesting that Roshan. They try to get some farm here on Komi. He will TP back in time, I guess. Slark is the one who picks the Aegis up, which is of course interesting, because both of them are actually quite nice in survivability, but the Slark is now the one who can also, additionally to the Brewmaster, just dive. Like, he can even hold back on the Shadow Dance. He can save the Shadow Dance till after the Aegis. So you can really just try to, or maybe even use it once, and then try to use it twice. That also, of course, also an option. But yeah, let's see how this goes. I think high ground bottom is still what they want to go for, simply because the tower is on, what, 288 HP.
I'll say the difference between the Brewmaster and the Slark is the fact that the Slark does do better when he comes back. The Brewmaster, if he's popped his ultimate, which hopefully he has popped his ultimate before getting taken down, then he comes back and he can do a thunderclap and some right-click damage. The Slark, though, is still basically mostly active even with his ultimate down.
Yep, absolutely. It's, I don't know, but TCN, it feels like they wanna, you know, calm down a bit and like look maybe for a nice pickoff. Like, they're, you know, like some predators hovering around this space at the moment and like trying to find something, pushing out 2 lanes. I mean, it doesn't really work. You can't really push against this setup. Like, you can't really push 2 lanes like to the high ground. That's not really possible, because Inquisitor and Komi, they just need like some sips, some sleight of fist there, and it's all pushed out. Now even the top lane is ending up somewhere at the tower, and Timbersaw will take care of it. But I don't know, at some point they definitely have to commit. I mean, the Timbersaw, he has BOT, so he will be fast in place in case they go for it. And there is now, well, invisibility rune on a Brewmaster, the Nature Skies on the tree, and only Sisu and Quick showing up. Maybe now OslikG gets baited out, but OslikG doesn't even think about it. They're like, no guys, you come to us, or otherwise this game is gonna be forever.
That line there is basically the line of death for OslikG right now, as TCN, they have no way to... TCN just have to completely lock down this entire map. Yep. Mostly due to that gem being brought up, and just look at the vision or the lack of it.
But they could start like go for slow siege with the Slark, because he has Aegis, he has the Shadow Dance to get out of there, and like when he goes back out of vision, he suddenly has, oh, that's a long arrow on a rise, but I don't think they're gonna follow up on anything here.
They're just not in position to do so, as we do actually see that right now Storm Spirit is trying to split push himself, going from those tier 2 towers, And it's worth noting right now that TCN have picked up all the tier 2 towers of the opposing team.
Yep, absolutely. It's, well, the only problem is there is living armor now on the Rubik, so he actually starts to heal that tier 3 tower, which is of course a bad thing to see, but I mean, there's still a good chance. Like, I would slow siege with the Slark, to be honest. I would really go in. I mean, he's protected, you can spam living armor on him, you can do, like, he has BKB to come out, he has Shadow Dance to come out, so just go for a slow siege on that tower. It's really like, I don't know, but at the moment, okay, Leon is the one responsible, just taking out the creeps, but it doesn't really work, and with Rubik having the living armor, like, if they keep going like this, then this tower is gonna be full HP.
As we do see, at this moment, Stormspray has basically managed to break out of the siege, so to say, and is just roaming around farming.
I think we saw just ago, Arise is already in, but there is the person, Obi-Wan Banan. He's already down. There's Shudo trying to get a wall, but it's a one-man wall. This is absolutely not overwhelming. Like, in the background, we have, well, who's fighting? Inquisitor still on the run. Does he do anything? The Moonlight Shadow, but they're still not hitting the tower. They're like not committing to it, and there's actually a long arrow flying, but yeah, it's not gonna connect to anything. So I don't know, like, all this just for a Rubik buyback. I've seen better things. Now, of course, the ultimate of the Panda and Brewmaster is down, which means they have to go back. They have to wait. So OslikG, I mean, they're holding themselves in the game. If TCN wanted to, they could just say like, okay, fine, we siege, we hold you in base, and we just farm and get on everybody's 6 slotted, while you can't really farm that effectively. But I don't know if that, I don't know, slips back at some point.
As it is worth noting that right now, yes, TCN are ahead, but it is only by 7,000 gold. At 43 minutes into the game, 7,000 gold is not that much. OslikG are not out of this by any stretch of the imagination, and all it takes is one wrong team fight by TCN, and they've lost all the advantage that they gained.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, well, the buybacks, they still stay the same. I will go back to the net worth, and well, Inquisitor is the only one who's keeping like sort of the pride of OslikG at the moment, as the Slark is leading by a lot, directly followed by the Brewmaster. He's like really high impact hero at the moment. Then Inquisitor comes, and the Timber and the Storm pretty much share a rank here. And now, actually, we had a go here on the Ember, and that would have been dangerous because double damage on a Brewmaster. But yeah, the Linken's actually doing work here. They didn't have a second spell, even though I don't even know why. I think they had Orchid in the Hex after, but I think that, yeah, the Slark wasn't in range. So, but still, they're just hovering around their base, or like the base of OslikG. They're farming better. They take the jungle and everything with. Look at the experience: 14k, 7,500 on the gold. But yeah, as you already said, like, if they actually keep turtling and keep turtling successfully, getting the kills on the enemy, then lashing out, getting some farm and repeating, then yeah, it gets dangerous for TCN at some point, because like, it's not to underestimate what a Ember is capable of. And talking about it, they left their base. I didn't think I will ever witness this, but it just happened. OslikG leaving the base, and as I talk about it, they're going back.
Yes, we do see that. The issue is that right now they just don't have any vision at the moment. I think they can move out as 5, but any more than that, if they just try and split up, try and farm, try and use their own jungle, they just have no idea what their opponents are.
Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, Caesar now has an invisibility rune, but I don't know. Like, also this ward here, it's gonna get dewarded, but I think we have the first encounter soon. There, they go on Komi. Komi instantly hacks, and there's the Chakram doing so much damage. Oh, he's getting surged, but he's not getting out now. Rubik, I mean, this is just a formality to get him down, but the Cyclone holding the Darkseer in place. Now the question, does he get away? There is a surge. Maybe they have, yeah, the disruption just to get this done. Quix is actually stunned, but yeah. Oh, Inquisitor just coming in, doing some sleight of fist damage, but it doesn't change the fact that 3 are down, and only one of them actually has the... No, none of them has a buyback.
That is actually pretty huge right there. We just see that that's what happens when you farm in front of full vision of your opposing team who's got plenty of blink daggers. Bad things happen.
So OslikG, like, no chance. Like, Inquisitor is trying to get in there, and oh my god, this might actually be dangerous. Yes, and this time they got it. So, initiation on Inquisitor, like, even the Overcrow used just to hold him in place, but he's coming back with the buyback, of course, and now maybe a nice arrow, the sleight of fist harassment, but I don't think they can hold the Strax. But let's see, the tower's going down, there is a stun, it hits, I think the tree, yeah, the tree protector has been hit, but the tower goes down, and they don't care too much about the Sleight of Fist damage. I think they should spread out a bit more because of the cleave damage, but still, like, yeah, Arise now here on the side, Drunken Haze on the Ember, and oh, they go for the Panda. The Panda's actually, yeah, defensive disruption, not even worth to mention. He was silenced, but in the meantime, the Slark is going for Bignum the Mirana, and he's following him up. First hit, bash, and going down there as well. So a lot of action happening, but Komi is still alive, but not having any mana, so following up is really hard, and Slark is just saying hello, and there's the ultimate of the Panda. So holding the Doxia in place. Now the stun is following up, as well as the slow of the Leech Seed. Ba-bomb, and he's down. So this is Rex secured pretty much, even though Inquisitor is coming back. Even spent 100 gold just to fast regen. My god, he's held in place again, and now really gets him. I mean, he's a bit elusive with, of course, the Sleight of Fist, but in the end, he's going down. Yeah, both of them are going down. GG was called. So TCN, their tower protecting strategy didn't quite work out. OslikG did the nice split push there, or they put a lot of pressure on the towers, and it worked out quite well for them in the start, but then as soon as that Brewmaster and the Slark got online with all the Blink Daggers, like, OslikG just lost the game. Anyway guys, this is a best of 3, and this was game number 1 won by TCN, and game number 2 will be up in a second. My name is Heflamog, and casting with me is Benji. So just some ads and some music. Game number 2 will be up in just a second.